I just want to win. I just want to
They
win.
put it all on the line today. And they have taken down the #2 team in the country. Officially, Big Ten regular season champions.
Two-seeded Ohio State Buckeyes.
Everybody's waiting to see what you do next. So that just comes with the game.
What has you most excited about this upcoming season? The opportunity to really push this group and challenge them to be another great Ohio State team and see where we can take this thing.
I think that ultimately the success of our season is going to lie with the development of leadership. And we've relied on people like J.C. Sheldon for the last 3 or 4 years. She's had such a great presence in our program on and off the court and in the locker room. And so now we need people like Madison and TT and Cody, who have been in this program for a while and have had great success, to step up and be great leaders. Madison and TT have always led by example. They work extremely hard. They're very disciplined in practice, and they really know how to show the young people what to do. And Cody's a little more vocal, and we're going to need her to really be a positive force in the locker room and on the court, especially when things get tough.
I feel like, I have a lot to kind of carry on my shoulders this year. Honestly, this was the first year where I kind of was like, okay, like, I need a break. Like, I'm tired mentally, physically. Once our regular season's over, kind of got to get ready for USA. And that's pretty serious. I mean, obviously you're playing for your country, you want to win gold. So it's not something that, I can just take lightly either. But, I took a couple days to myself and kind of just fell back in love with it all over again. But it's different because, you're going to play with people that you've never played before when you're playing with USA. So to come back to Ohio State, you're just comfortable. Like, this is your family. So at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're tired, but also you just want to come back and be the same you for your family, for your team.
Yeah, it's definitely been a different experience, but just learning when I was a freshman who I got to look up to, how they helped me grow as an individual and as a player. I'm just hoping, I can do the same for the incoming freshmen, even the transfers, just making sure that I'm doing everything I can to help them get more comfortable and acclimated with the team and, our playing style and stuff. So it's definitely been a unique experience.
I'm definitely more confident in who I am as a person and a player. I still feel pretty young, which is a good thing. I feel like I was just a freshman last year, but I feel like I've grown a lot mentally and physically. And yeah, I credit a lot of my family and friends and teammates and coaches for helping me continue to grow.
Yeah, Madison and I are pretty close, we would say. Definitely started my freshman year, we were both kind of quiet too, so I think that kind of helped a little bit. But just seeing her grow, honestly, too, throughout my years here at Ohio State and also how I've grown, I think we've definitely stepped in some different roles when it comes to being more vocal and encouraging our teammates and entering that leadership role. I think it's been really cool to see her grow as a player and as a person. It just really inspires me and it makes me want to, kind of do the same.
I would say something about myself that Buckeye Nation doesn't know is that I like to paint. When I was younger, I always liked to paint or to draw. After my first ACL injury, I wanted to continue to look for things that I could do outside of basketball. I think I'm trying to continue to do that because it's helped me along the way, and I'm more serious about it now, and it's just really fun. Well, this was like one of my first art pieces that I made after my first ACL injury. Kind of made it a self-portrait in a way. And when I look at this painting, I remind myself that I am not broken, because during that time of my recovery, I did feel very broken, and it was just hard mentally for me to stay positive. But making this reminded me that even if bad things happen and things go wrong and you feel broken, you can still be whole and make something beautiful out of something that was hard for you to go through. Art's really helped me with my healing process. I use a lot of my art as a way to remind myself about the good things in life, the things that I went through, and the growth that I will continue to make. One of my favorite moments was my first game back against Penn State. When I was going to check in, all the fans kind of stood up and started clapping for me when I got in. It was a very touching moment. I was trying not to get emotional. I just felt very supported and very loved in that moment for sure. Buckeye fans have always showed me support, but in that moment, it really felt nice.
It's an incredible time to be a part of women's basketball. You know, the viewership is through the roof right now, and we've been a part of some incredible games and some of the most viewed games in the history of the sport. And I think we have enough star power that we're going to continue to grow, and people are really, really getting behind women's basketball around the country and around the world. And so I'm just excited to see where it's going to go from here.
I mean, it's really cool to be an advocate and be a voice for those younger girls and kind of cheer them on. I knew Ohio State women's basketball was going in the right direction after my freshman year. We accomplished a lot, so I never expected it to be like an Iowa game, sold out crowd, but I knew it was going in the right direction.
Last season was such a fun year. I thought it was a great group of girls. We accomplished so much.
The thing I liked about it most is that we didn't particularly play as well as I thought we might to start the season, but we kept getting better and kept getting better, and just had a magical run through January and February. You know, last year's the Big Ten was as tough as it's been ever, and since I've been in the league, and we were so dominant in January and February, and then we didn't play so well in the Big Ten tournament or the NCAA tournament, and it's almost like we just peaked at the wrong time. As magical as it was, there's a little bit of an art to making sure you could have the team peak at the right time.
Any loss really stings, but especially losing in the second round. It's something we all work for. To not get the results that you've kind of been hoping for and working for, it definitely sucked, but it's definitely lit a fire in us this coming season. So,
I mean, it only is motivating me more and making me more hungry for this season.
You know, I think heading into this year, it's not a completely different group, but so many new faces. We're kind of like using it as a fresh start. And, you know, this team has aspirations and goals that are very high, and so we're going to really push the team and try to make another magical run this year.
We have a lot of talent, even though we are young, but there's a lot to be excited about.